and this was a kind of alien. Please hook up.
Sure. This was kind of an alien concept for people in the Netherlands, but especially for me as not knowing anything about sports. But you have a special for serving ice hockey.
Well, yeah, we do. We actually do have a special.
You have like a video on demand platform, right?
Yeah, true.
Okay.
And you're going to tell us about the ice hockey platform.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you about the case ice hockey on our VOD platform. So we have a platform that supports all kind of sports and other VOD content, short clips and episodes and movies and things like that. So, okay. But I'm going to try to focus on the ice hockey case because it's kind of the biggest case and most important case that we have had on the VOD platform.
Okay. Well, give a round of applause for Antti.
Sorry for the hissing sound, guys. One cable snapped in the suitcase.
Okay, let's try. Is there a way to shut those down and then perhaps? Aha. Okay, I try to explain what's on the left corner on each slide. Well, we can manage. Yeah, so hello everyone, my name is Antti Pyysalo. I'm from Netherlands. I rose my hand when you asked about who's a project manager, but I'm not actually a project manager. I do that kind of task as well quite a lot. So, well, my working title is in Netherlands Media. I'm also the development manager for Ruutu service, which is the VOD and catch-up TV service we have. Yeah, in the next 20 minutes, I try to kind of pack the case ice hockey that started about 2 years ago. So 20 minutes, it's gonna be a lot of stuff for you in that short period of time. But let's try to run it through. And by the way, if you have any questions or want me to explain some acronym or something like that, please just raise your hands and I'll try to explain it to you. So, oh, it's wrong piece. Sorry. Ice hockey. Yeah. What's ice hockey for us Finns? It's like, I guess, football for Central Europeans or things like that. It's a big thing. It's the most important sport here in Finland, and this picture is taken from the Senate Square about 20 years ago when Finland won first ice hockey World Cup title, the gold medal in ice hockey. So, but for us still today, 20 years old big, but yeah, it's a big thing here in Finland. And about Netherlands Media, one slide, who we are. Well, we have currently 8 TV channels. We will have 9 in about a month. Free-to-air channel is starting. We reach about 4 Finns every week with our TV offering. Then we have 6 radio stations, 4 are national and 2 more local stations, and the reach is about 2 million. And then the most interesting and important and thing that is more and more important in the future is the Ruutu web TV online side of the business. We reach currently about 1.5 million Finns every week here in Finland. And for those of you that don't know, we have about 5.5 million Finns living in this country. So quite a big portion of those we reach every week. But yeah, ice hockey. The situation 2 years ago, Sanoma Nelonen bought exclusive rights for 5 seasons of SM Liiga, which is the biggest ice hockey league here in Finland. Exclusive rights for that, and yeah, we had the possibilities of Nelonen and Sanoma, and the next question naturally was that what should we do with these assets that we have. Like I mentioned, I work for the online development team. 2 years ago there were 3 of us. Now we are 6. And the big question for us 2 years ago was that how would we have a platform that could offer this kind of ice hockey games that we have the rights for end users and not crash and scale and support all the pay models that we wanted, etc. Yeah. Then about the roles, we don't do any coding in the online development team. We just manage it. Use different vendors for different tasks. Then the situation in technical level 2 years ago had a VOD platform selling advertisement funded. Well, we were not selling for the end users. We were offering end users advertisement funded VOD content for about 6 years, since 2008. So we were familiar with VOD and offering it online, but the problem was that we didn't have any support for the pay content that we were supposed to offer because of the SM League rights. We now had. We also had a pretty twisted architecture as we had simultaneously running an old VOD platform. We called it Drupal 6 platform, and then we had the new one, Drupal 7 platform that was running next to the old one. So a lot of overlapping in architectural sense and problems caused by that. Basically the quality and reliability issues and things like that. We also had old mobile apps that didn't support any pay content, just the AVOD content, and the video player that we had was closed source proprietary JW player that we had been trying to get into operation, but there were some problems with that as well. No real scalability in terms of traffic load, and also no clear internal roles in our development team, as we were only 3 people. Everyone did everything, so to speak. So the big questions in the start 2 years ago: should we continue with our own VOD platform, or should we check the market if there were some out-of-the-box commercial VOD platform to continue with? What we did at that stage, we with the help of Sanoma Technology, we evaluated about 20 commercial VOD platforms. Some of them more thoroughly than, but the result or the coming from that evaluation was that none of those commercial platforms could offer, meaning the advertised funded VOD and the pay VOD in a way that we wanted. So we decided that let's continue with our own custom made, tailor-made VOD platform. And the other big question in the start 2 years ago was that what are the business models to start with? Should we stick to the AVOD, the advertisement funded VOD, or use transactional or subscribe based VOD? And also the packaging of the league content, the sports content that we had rights for. We also had rights for some entertainment content, such as movies and series and kids programming, and the packaging was another thing that we had to kind of decide. And the decisions were, like I mentioned, we decided to continue with our own tailor-made VOD platform. The other option was that we could continue AVOD with our own platform and take the pay VOD on the commercial side, but that's something that we didn't see that good of an option, so we chose the single platform way of going. And then we decided on the business side that we focus on the SVOD model, on the pay content, the same model that Netflix uses currently on their offering. Naturally, we would still continue with the advertisement-funded content for the catch-up part of the service, so TV series and things like that. And the packaging, as simple as possible for the end user, was the main guidelines for us. So we packaged the content in two ways: the Pro package, which included the SM League, and the Ruutu Plus package that had all the rest of the entertainment content in it. So these were our decisions approximately 2 years ago. Yeah, and after these decisions, after the platform evaluation that we did, we have been doing these things. Many of the bullets are kind of huge tasks, but let's just run them through. We did the architectural refactoring of our VOD platforms, so that we didn't have any more two parallel Drupal 6 and Drupal 7 platforms, but just one platform that would support both pay content and advertisement-funded VOD content. We also got the support for the chosen business models, meaning the SVOD, and at the same time we also did TVOD, which we piloted for some SM Liiga games, but still at the end stick to the SVOD model. We did integrations to Sanoma level shared services, such as consumer API, also known as Shogun at some point, and to the payment API and to Sanoma sales platform. And these are the services we still use today. And also there was quite a lot of work on the scalability and reliability issues on the platform, a lot of testing, etc. We chose new partners for the application development. We chose new partner for the player development. We built the new apps and the player before the season started. The season was about to start at the end of 2013, so there was something like 6 to 8 months time for this before the season started. After we had bought the rights. Yeah, and then the service desk functions, customer service function, OTT playout was set up. We also set up new video delivery infrastructure, meaning basically Akamai CDN, which was and still is best for this kind of streaming here in Finland. We moved to cloud-based hosting on some of the parts of the VOD platform, and did quite a lot of work on the picture quality and live streaming optimization for the platform. And naturally, for the end user experience, we did some game center features to the Ruutu.fi website.
Antti, what is exactly meant by OTT playout?
Well, yeah, it's coming from over the top play, means the place where we transcode the live video stream to web video stream. It's basically Digita here in Finland that does this kind of things, but it's the playout for the online service, I could say. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you cannot see those titles, but hopefully you still can follow. Then the architecture now, after these changes, now we have done the restructuring, like I mentioned. We have now clear roles between the components of the system. We have a clear definition what's the role of a player, or what's the role of a site, client side, or what's the role of the back end, etc. We are using really modular approach currently. It's API based approach. We use Sanoma level components where necessary, and for us we have clear roles for the vendors as well. We have yeah, we have quite a lot of vendors. Perhaps with this next slide can explain that a bit further. But they have now clear roles, and also in our own team of 6, we have yeah, clear roles. The architecture picture, it's kind of executive summary of the current architecture. On the green box we have the actual VOD platform. And on the borders we have the kind of related components. So in the green box we have the video CMS system built by us. It's Drupal 7 based CMS. Then we have on the bottom of the green box we have this API layer, or the integration platform we tend to call Gatling. And on the left side we have Canister, which is the video file control system of the VOD platform, made also by us, designed by us. And on the upper right hand corner we have Nelonen M4 system, the place where we have all the metadata of our TV programming, about the live events, about the ice hockey matches, etc. The information flows to the VOD. And also the information can come from the content producers who manually upload, for example, ice hockey clip to the VOD platform, or then it can come from via APIs from external sites. The video assets on the upper left hand side come from OTT Play, like I mentioned just previously, or they can come from other sources as well. And the video file control system is taking care that the video assets are available for the end user at the right place and at the right time via the video streaming origins. And the box that is missing is the CDN. It's actually multi-CDN box that is shown on the upper left hand side of the picture. And then this bottom row we have the services, the sites and the applications and players who are using the VOD platform's APIs, getting the video content from the API or from the VOD platform. Ruutu.fi, our main site for VOD content. We also have the video player, like I mentioned, new video player that we use. The same video player is used in Helsingin Sanomat and in Ilta-Sanomat here in Finland. The Helsingin Sanomat and Ilta-Sanomat are also using our VOD platform. They have integrated their own site CMSs to the platform, and all the SM Liiga content and other clip content as well is available for them via the APIs. There are the apps. These are the Ruutu apps. We currently have iOS, Android, and also Windows Phone 8 since about 2 weeks ago or so, and the Samsung Smart TV app available. The results. Let's jump to the results at this stage. What happened after all these changes and refactoring and the things that we did? The subscribers currently are over the target. I had to remove the numbers from this presentation because those are not public numbers, but yeah, they are over the target. The sales are in target, including this season that started about a month ago. Perhaps I can tell you that the targets, for example, sales are not modest. They are huge improvements that needs to happen every. Okay, I'm running out of time. Okay, and then the AVOD revenues increased. We now have reliable scale in our own hands. We have support for new business models, and we can add them really fast and flexibly if needed. We have monitoring of quality and numbers for the salespeople to use. And like I mentioned, other units here in Finland are using the site as well. I think that I skipped this one if I only 2 minutes now left. Sales tools. Through the videos, the reach, we now are in about 1.5 million. It started in 2013, and yeah, 50% growth or something like that, almost 100% growth. Perhaps these highlights, I use a couple of minutes for these. This year we had over 50 games now in 1 month. We haven't had any problems. We have been streaming live HD for about 90 gigabits per second in peak games. We have now, in addition to SM Liiga, over 10 other live sports series available in Ruutu. On the VOD side, non-live side, we have streamed over 40 gigabits per second. This actually number happened last Friday, 3 days ago, when we did this kind of streaming amounts. Yeah, and the VOD assets almost 1.5 million times for one TV series per week. We have had thousands of new subscribers in really short periods of time after some TV shows, and in some days we have, sorry again, wrong computer. We have had we have days with over 20 live events a day. This day 3 weeks, 13th of September, with actually 22 live events. My timer says 18 minutes now. Okay, perhaps can I use 1 more minute? Yeah, sure. Okay, 2 more slides. Learnings and the principles of our ways of doing. The title should be Principles for Success. So modularity, API based. Choose best vendor for each task and change the vendor if needed. Best service for each need. For example, cloud-based encoding or whatever. Try to minimize the vendor lock-in, no fixed contract. Try to be as close as possible with vendors. The best way for us has been to have the vendors work in our Sanomatalo, have really tight contact with them, and naturally we must also know ourselves what we do. And the last slide then, other learnings. Make sure that also people here in your company, in our case in Nelonen, truly work together, the business side, the technology side, and creative people. Yeah, also make partners work as one team. Even though we have a lot of partners, we try to get them work together and work in the same places here in Pyysalo, etc. We try to avoid unnecessary structures, move agile, and the team is naturally important, and perhaps the most important lesson of don't try to change everything at the same time. We've tried that one. Yep. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I took too much time. Yep.
No worries. It was an interesting story. But before we do the questions, I have a question. Is the presenter for Ole, the public broadcaster, he's in? Yeah, you're the one. So you're up next. Okay, then we're missing you. If you could come up front and set up your computer, then we have questions for Antti.
Yeah.
Are there any questions about the ice hockey platform? Matthew.
Yeah, in terms of content, obviously the ice hockey rights
Yeah.
drove that project, but is that project going to drive future acquisitions, content acquisitions? Can you repeat the question? Repeat the question.
Sorry. Yeah, he was asking if the purchase of SM Liiga rights is driving also the technology change that we did is driving also the future of new purchases of rights of content. Yeah. Well, like I mentioned, we already have rights for really many sports series now. So in a way, it has already done that. We have a platform that can offer all kinds of live streaming to the end users as well as the VOD content. So we have now a platform that basically supports any kind of contracts and acquisitions of new properties. So yeah, the case is a bit different than 2 years ago. 2 years ago we didn't have that option. Now we have, and the technology or the platform is no longer limiting these kind of investments. Yeah. Anything else?
Other questions? Question for me. Do you transcode when the content comes in and then make it available when all the transcodings for all the formats are done, or do you transcode on the fly?
We transcode it on the OTT playout side on Digita, so yeah, we do it on the fly. When the SM Liga is played, the stream is sent to the cable networks, but on the other hand, it's sent to the encoders that make it available for our online services. So
Okay.
yeah, that's how it happens.
And then how do you select what formats to transcode? Because there's like millions of devices.
Yeah, true. Yeah, well, that's something that we have inspected quite a lot. Yeah, there are formats. If I go to details, the H.264 with AAC audio and adaptive streaming with HLS, HDS. Those are the chosen ones, and currently we can cover with this setup the whole package, those devices and players and things like that. Yeah.
Okay, so the landscape improved since a few years back with like all the formats.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Round of applause for Antti.